a day made for loving you.
What is going on, good people? Welcome to Rebel Shooter. Well, we're going to talk about the next tier of gun manufacturers, which is, to me, the budget tier, which is a step up from the bottom of the barrel guns. It's a step up. And these companies make guns that range from maybe 100 and, maybe bordering $200 to like $300, maybe $200 to $300, or maybe around $200 to like $300 guns. That's what they're known for, making those price points right there. Okay, so but some people could say, put it pretty much, I'll take that back, from like maybe 200 to 400. I'll say anything after like 400, when you get to like maybe 5 and up, is different. I'll say from 2 to like 400 is all budget category gun makers. All right, now we have a few in this category. We got Taurus, we got Canik, we got Ruger, Sky pistols. Some will call Sky pistols bottom of the barrel because I think the lowest price Sky pistol was $180. I don't know, man. You can say that up to a $200 gun, but then you would have to throw Taurus in there. But I don't want to put Taurus in that category. I want to put them in the budget. The Taurus, of course, a little more than $200 normally. It's about $240 for. That's where most Taurus pistols start at price wise. So I would put Sky pistols because Sky have $200 pistols. So I will have to put that in there. Sky pistols are better built than like High Points and Phoenix arms. They made of different metals and everything like that. So I can't put those in the bottom of the barrel guns, man, category. I have to put them in the budget. So we got Sky, Canik, Ruger, Taurus. I'm trying to think of any other ones. Bersa, Diamondback. There's probably some other ones too. I might forget some of this video, man. But y'all know where I'm going with it. So, out of the budget guns, you got the other one too. You got like Tisas and those kind of guns too. So I would have to pretty much give those guns, and then the Springfield XD, they have those as budget guns too, but those like teeter in the middle, because you got some that's running like 400 and something bucks up to like a little higher. So we're gonna leave Springfield out of this category, man. So the highest ranking out of this category of guns to me would be Ruger. I'm very familiar with Ruger. I have very good luck with Rugers. In the past, I've owned a Ruger LCP. I currently own a LCP now, but I had one back then. I had a black one, and I had a Ruger P95. So I had 2 Ruger pistols in the past. The P95 was just such a wonderful pistol. It was a joy. I was going through some things, man, so I really got rid of it. I should never did that. I wanted to look for another one. I seen some at the gun show, but at that time I was buying other pistols, so I wasn't really too concerned with buying it. But I should have bought it and said to myself, well, damn, I can always buy these other current production guns. I'm not going to always find a P95, so I should have got it. I could have got a P89 and a P95 for about $400, $500 total if I wanted to that day, but I didn't do it. But Ruger make exceptionally great budget firearms, man, for the money. Very reliable, good quality. Some examples of that is the Ruger American series, the Ruger security pistols, the Ruger SR series that they don't make anymore, the current Ruger LCP series, the Max 9s. So they got, Ruger, they like to come out with guns. You never, like, it's like they wait for other manufacturers to do something, and then they'll just, bam, just hit you with a gun. Like, they designed it secretly. Like, they watch other companies, and then you don't even know that they're currently plotting to build it. They'll just come out of nowhere with the gun. Like, bam, here we go with a Max 9 to compete with the micros. Okay? And KelTec is another one. See, KelTec, I would say, is a better built quality than the Hot Point as well too. So KelTec kind of falls in this category because most KelTec guns is going to run about maybe $300. Besides the 32, that's like $230, $240. But I give Ruger the top pick when it comes to the budget-friendly gun manufacturers, Ruger. And of course, Ruger also make a little bit more expensive guns. You know, their 1911's a little bit pricier, but for the most part, Ruger is known for their budget pistols. The next gun I would say after the Ruger is Canik, man. I would give Canik the nod. Canik, the Turkish manufacturer. I own one Canik, a TP9 SF full size, and man, I can't begin to tell you guys how much I love that gun. That's my first ever full size pistol I ever owned. I looked at my collection that I currently had, and I was like, I don't have any full size guns. I got compacts, I got subcompacts, I got little mouse guns, but I didn't have any full size. So one day, I went to the gun show in Chantilly, Virginia. Shout out to Chantilly. And I was looking for a Canik, man. I caught one for $410. Brand new Canik TP9, 18 round magazines, man. So good in the hand. I mean, I'm used to shooting compacts, but when I shot that, man, it reminded me of my buddy's Glock 17. It shot really smooth, very flat shooting pistol, reliable, awesome gun, great build quality. Because I believe the Turkish military carries Canik pistols, and I believe the TP9 is assigned to the Turkish military. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but Canik, you got examples of the Canik, the TP9 SF, the TP9 DA, which is another Canik that I want to get, that's on the list, the TP9 SC Elite, which is on the list, and a Canik SFX Rival, which is on the list. Those are the 3 Canik pistols that I want next. Those is on the list. Love them. Yeah, some of them they go a little higher once you get into like the Rivals, when it comes with the optics and the cutouts for the optics and stuff. Might pay about $6 something. Even $6 something is kind of low for that type of gun. All right, so Canik is just doing a thing, and now they got a new Canik out. The micro compact craze is booming right now. So you got the Canik Mete, I believe it's the Mete MC9, which probably means micro compact 9. I haven't seen one of those in person, but it's smaller than the smallest Canik that was out, which is the Canik SC, the subcompact. Now they got the micro compact to compete with the Ruger Max 9, Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. It competes with the Taurus GX4, the Ruger, the SIG P365, the Springfield Hellcat. It's competing with those guns, the Glock 43. So that's what it's supposed to compete with. All right, so Canik is in number 2 slot. It's Canik pistols. Number 3, I would have to say the Tisas brand of pistols, man. I just bought a Tisas, and I didn't know. I mean, I've owned, in the past, I've owned a Tisas 1911, a stainless steel one with brown grips. Why the hell did I get rid of that thing? I don't know. That's one of those, the things that you regret. You look back like, why the fuck did you get rid of that gun? It was beautiful, man. It shot great. But I bought another Tisas 1911 since then. I bought a black one, budget friendly. I paid $299, I think, for that gun. $300 for a 1911, man. I mean, beautiful machine weapon. Simple, all black. It's a tanker. Nothing special about it. It was. I'm a fan of 1911s. I plan on extending my 1911 collection, but I love 1911s, man. The beauty of them, of all of them. So Tisas, I saw they semi-automatic polymer, and I looked on Buds, and they had a PX9 Zagana, and they had a Gen 2, the regular one, and then I bought the Gen 3, and I saw it for $209 brand new, man. I think the duty versions with the optic ready slide, those go for maybe $250, $270 or something like that. But man, when I got my hands on that gun, I couldn't believe how fucking awesome it felt in my hand. The trigger, I haven't shot it yet, but man, the trigger, just dry firing it is just phenomenal for the price. The quality is up there with Springfield, and is up there with, I would say, Glock. It's up there with those dudes. It can hang with the Ruger. Man, I love that gun, man. But I know it's the best feeling gun that I got in my collection right now. Is the Zagana PX9, the Gen 3. Zagana Tisas is another Turkish brand. It's another Turkish company. I had thought that gun, the PX9, was issued to the military in Turkey. It's either that or the Canik, but I think it's the Zagana. I'm not sure. It's one of those two pistols, I believe. I'm not too sure on that, so if you guys can enlighten me on that, drop a comment. Next up, in number 3, I would say Taurus. Number 4, I would have to say Taurus, man. The reason why I would say Taurus is not higher, is not up there like right under Ruger, is because Taurus had a spotty history, man. They really did. As much as I like, now y'all know I'm a Taurus fan right now. I'm a newfound Taurus fan. I had 2 bad experiences with Taurus in the past. Taurus TCP, Taurus Model 85, brand new guns. The 85 locked on me, couldn't get the damn thing open. Taurus TCP, brand new out the box, awesome trigger for a TCP, but it was jamming too much, man. It was finicky, man. Like, it didn't matter what ammo it was. I don't know what was wrong with the gun. Bought new magazines for it, different ammo. It would shoot fine 1 minute, then it would jam the next. I couldn't get with it. Should have kept it to play with it, but I got rid of it. Awesome gun though. I love the how small the TCP was. Good gun as far as the trigger wise. You didn't feel it recoil like you did with the Ruger LCP, but it was a problematic gun, man. But y'all know now I got like 4 Taurus pistols now. I got a Taurus Model 856, I got a G2C, I got a G3, and I got a Taurus TH40C. And they all have been great, except I haven't shot the G3 yet, and I haven't even shot the 856 yet. But the G2C and the TH40C have been great for me so far. I put about 1,000 rounds through the G2C so far, and I put about 800 rounds through the TH40C. I mean, of course, they're going to be good at that mileage. When you really get up there in mileage, that's when you get to see really what your gun is made of. When you get to like 3,000 rounds and up, you start to see what your gun is really about. True colors start coming out, you know what I mean? But that's why I got Taurus number 4 on the list, because of their spotty history. Their build quality is pretty impressive. It's getting there. I just don't think I can't say that it's up there with it's not as the same build quality as the Ruger or the Tisas or the Canik. It's not even in the same league with those dudes when it comes to their quality, as far as I'm concerned. You can tell when I grabbed my Canik and I put it next to the G3. The G3 is okay quality, yes, but the Canik is a step up from it. You just can feel it. You can take it apart, look at the internals, and you can tell that the build quality is very different with both of those gun manufacturers. So I'll give Taurus the number 4 slot. Number 5, I would have to give to like I said, guys, I might forget some manufacturers here, so forgive me if I do. All right. Yeah, screen went out. Okay, the screen went out. I don't know if the video is still rocking, but on this channel we don't edit nothing. We don't edit nothing. So, all right, there we go. Now I can see. That's better. So, so far, Ruger number 1, Canik number 2, Tisas number 3, Taurus number 4, and I would say number 5, I would have to give that to KelTec, man. I have to give KelTec that. The reason I have to say KelTec has been out for a little bit. The P11 is legendary. That's their proven design. They got rid of the P11. I'm not sure why they did that, man. To be honest, I made a video about this. Go check it out. I think the KelTec P11 might be the real first true micro compact pistol. KelTec is very innovative. I think they were the first to do a lot of certain things, man. They do make a lot of innovative pistols, very interesting, awkward, bizarre looking guns. The P32 is a legendary, reliable pistol. Ruger actually ripped off KelTec. That should tell you something. Ruger, which is a company that has higher build quality, they looked at KelTec and was like, damn, I like how they made that P11 or that P3AT, because if you look at the Ruger LCP, it is actually modeled after the KelTec P3AT, which is the 380 KelTec. KelTec, I don't believe they make that anymore, man. I don't know what's up with KelTec, man. They stopped making the PF9, they stopped making the P11, they don't make the P3AT. So the only pistols that they really make from back then is the P32 still. They got a new gun, the P15 and stuff, but I think they should bring back the P11, man. That was a nice gun. That was a very good gun. Just a heavy trigger, but that's for safety reasons. But KelTec, man, the Ruger LCP is just a refined version of the P3AT. That's all it is. I wish they put a little slide catch at the side of the LCP. That's the only difference. And it's much more refined. The quality is built much better. Not as rough as the KelTec P380 is. But I would have to give KelTec the number 5 slot for being innovative and having some reliable pistols under their stable. Some of their guns had issues, like the PF9 did have some problems, and I think the PF9 was probably one of their most problematic pistols. Really, really snappy. The PF9, to be honest, I think that was one of the first slim stack little 9mm was the PF9, and I think to date, when it comes to all the slim stack 9s, no gun is as light as the PF9. I don't care who it is, who makes them. KelTec is always going to be the lightest one. I got to get my hands on the PF9, man. I think that's the grandfather of the slim micro pistols, is the PF9, man. If the PF9 was still around, the competition would be the Smith & Wesson Shield, the Taurus G2S, the Glock 43, the SIG P938, the Ruger LC9. That would be the competition for the PF9. Come on, KelTec, man, stop playing. Bring back the PF9 or something similar. Next up on the list, number 6, will have to be Sccy pistols. Sccy was started by the guy, what's his name? The owner and the owner of Sccy Pistols is it Steve Roebuck? I don't know if his first name is Steve, but I know his last name is Roebuck. And I believe he worked at KelTec. KelTec and Sccy Pistols, if you see they resemble each other. They're both based in Florida. KelTec is in Cocoa, Florida, and I think Sccy is not too far from KelTec factory. So he left KelTec, started his own company, Sccy Pistols, and I believe the name was SKKY at first, and then I think the Sccy Liquor ended up saying that they had to stop using that name because it was too similar to theirs, so Sccy changed it to SCCY. Okay, so very interesting fact there. So the Sccy CPX pistols, and they got a DVG one out now. DVG stands for I think it stands for, damn, man, it was a pretty catchy name that it was a pretty catchy name he came up for the DVG. I think it's I forgot, y'all. It's a catchy name. Pretty much he named the DVG pistol after, because he wanted a gun that was gonna go against the big guys. So he called it the DVG, and it has something to do with him running it against the more established gun manufacturers, so to speak. This and the same thing with the Sky pistols as like the Ruger. The Skies are just slightly refined versions of KelTec pistols. CPX is just like the P11. The first one had no rail, then the newer versions came with a little rail, accessory rail on the bottom of the frame. A lot of people complain about the Sky triggers. I think it's a little better than the Rugers, because I mean in the KelTec, as I've tested the Skies at the gun shows, the trigger seems to be a bit better than the KelTec. But with that being said, I will say that people have complained about the Sky pistols having some reliability issues. Not everybody, but some people have complained about them. Long-term reliability is questionable with them, you know. So like I said, when you get your gun out to 3,000 rounds, that's when you really get to see what your gun is made of. That's when you really get to see the true colors. Glock probably the exception, because you know Glock is gonna run. It's just the fact of the matter. I know everybody that like budget guns don't like to hear that, but it is what it is, man. Glocks just like to run. It's just like if somebody, you own a Ford or a damn Chevy, and people tell you, yeah, look, the Toyotas run, man. Man, fuck that Toyota, man. I got my American, I'm for my American brand made cars. Yeah, I get it, but you can't argue the fact that Toyotas they are what they are. They run. They're very reliable. All right, and that's not knocking the other brands unless you're a real shitty brand, but that's what it is with Glock. But even with Glock, 3,000 rounds, baby, is to me. I don't care what gun manufacturer it is, to be real. When I hit 3,000 rounds mark, then I see how it holds up. If it's any wear, unnecessary wear, if it's holding up, then we got it. Then I might look at it a little suspect. Then I might expect a failure real soon. But if it's still chugging that past 3,000 rounds, it's a keeper, man. So I probably left out some manufacturers with this, but I'm gonna conclude this video. So number one spot when it comes to the budget-friendly firearm companies, I would say is Ruger. Number 2, Canik. Number 3, Tisas. Number 4 is Taurus. Number 5, KelTec. And number 6, Sky pistols. And I left one out. I would have to say number 7 would be Diamondback pistols, because they had a real spotty history. I'm not too fond of Diamondback. Oh gosh, and I forgot Bersa. I have to change the list. Bersa will have to go right over KelTec, man. I'll have to put Bersa. So we got to rearrange the list a little bit, y'all. So Bersa would be, Ruger number 1, Canik number 2, Tisas number 3, Taurus number 4, Bersa would be like number 5. You can even argue the fact Bersa could be over Taurus. You know what I mean? You can even argue that fact, man. You can argue that fact. And the funny thing, both of those guns are really have roots in South America. Bersa is rooted in Argentina. Taurus is rooted in Brazil. So so you can kind of like argue that spot, which is number 4, which is number 5, Bersa or Taurus. I would still give Taurus the edge for its innovation and stuff like that. So that's why I said Taurus is still number 4, Bersa number 5, KelTec number 6, Sky number 7, and Diamondback will be number 8. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll catch y'all in the next one.